Hello everyone, welcome back to my video. Today I am very excited and I would like to share the new subject, how to become a good manager and how to become a good leader. In this subject, I would like to share 8 topics. Number 1, why it is so difficult to be a good manager. Number 2, definition of manager and management. Number 3, stop managing people but managing system. Number 4, some tips on how to lead to be a good leader. Number 5, how to separate your role between manager and leader. Number 6, mission of manager and leader. Number 7, what do you need to lead people? Number 8, you cannot carry out your role as manager and leader at the same time. You need to have 2 faces. So stay tuned for the detail. So hope you will watch from the beginning until the end. Hope you enjoy watching. Why it is so difficult to be a good manager? Why most of the managers are hated by their team member? Not all the managers are hated by the team member, but just some junior manager just got promoted to be a manager are hated by their team member. Definition of manager and management. From the Wikipedia. In order for us to find out why it's so difficult to be a good manager, we need to see the definition of manager and management. So what is our job as a management? Management is including the activity of setting the strategy of an organization, and we need to coordinate the effort of its employee and what is the purpose to be accomplished, the objective given, how we make it happen, how we achieve the objective. We need to utilize the resources. What kind of resources? We have financial resources, we have natural resources, we have technology resources, we have human resources. So we have some resources available which we need to utilize those resources to achieve our objective. That's what management do. Manager from the Wikipedia. Activity for manager, we need to do planning, organizing, leading, coordinating, and controlling. This is why most dominating tasks manager are doing on daily basis. Manager must be able to do planning, organizing, leading, controlling, and coordinating. The manager is responsible for overseeing and leading the work of a group of people in many instances. The manager is also responsible for planning and maintaining work system, procedure, and policy that enable and encourage the optimum performance of its people and other resources within a business unit. Who become manager? Normally, best cook become executive chef. Best waiter or waitress become restaurant manager. Best front office agent become front office manager. Best spa therapist become spa manager. Best housekeeping attendant become housekeeping manager. Best salesperson become director of sales. Best reservation agent become reservation manager. Best security officer become security manager. Best engineer become chief engineering. best accountant become financial controller. That's the problem. Why? We give the job and the title to the people with no competency but with authority. As above mentioned, manager need to do planning, organizing, leading, coordinating, and controlling. So those promoted staff have no idea on what to do. For example, the best cook who talented in cooking but no idea what is menu engineering, as it's related to the food cost calculation. Whenever come up with a new menu item, and the new chef has no idea on how to calculate food cost, as they don't know what is menu engineering. That's why most of managers are hated, as they don't know how to do their job properly. They do not have any competency, but they have only authority. So we made people who has no competency but authority, so they always shouting to their staff to do this, to do that, and can you work harder please, and so on, as they don't know how to plan, how to organize, how to lead, how to coordinate, and how to control. Only thing they know is they have full authority, therefore they always shouting during work, which made people hate manager. But it's not the manager's fault, as they did not deserve for the job title from the beginning, as no one trained or teach them. That's why every manager before got promoted must receive training on how to plan, how to organize, how to lead, how to coordinate, and how to control. Solution: stop managing people but managing system. We need to manage our policy and procedure. We need to check the duty roster whether is there any chance not to have the same roster copy and paste for every month, every week. It is your job as manager. Is there anything we can do to make more effective? We need to see the team structure. For example, I have 2 supervisors and 1 captain. Can I change it from 2 captains to 1 supervisor? It is your job as manager to think about it. Reporting and communication. How do you think in order to improve our communication with the team member to other department or to the superior? Performance review and action plan. The more you sit down with your team member will give you more opinion about your team performance, and apparently they will improve their performance. How often we do that? We all want our team member to work better, to work more efficiently. We need to sit down together and make action plan together in order to improve their performance. Working environment. We need to go and visit our team to check their working tool, such as their computer, printer, copy machine, and so on. Make sure all are work in order. Training. We need to stop blaming people because they do not deliver their performance. When we never deliver the training to the team member, as it is not fair to the team. Motivation. We need to spend more time on how to improve motivation because it is the most powerful tool to utilize as manager. Management need to study. Management is a skill and knowledge to pursue. Although we want to manage the system, but we did not learn, so we cannot work properly. Therefore, we need to study the management. It is very obvious that management is something we need to study. There is management school that you need to study, as management is crucial that we need to learn. As management is skill, management is knowledge. So skill and knowledge will be not obtained without studying. For example, you watch people riding their bicycle for 5 years, but you cannot ride bicycle by yourself without practicing. It is impossible. So if you want to be a good manager by yourself, you need to study management. In this technology time, there are so many things to learn, especially by YouTube channel, or you can buy the management book to learn, such as learning about planning, organizing, coordinating, controlling, and leading. Some tips on how to lead to be a good leader. Good leader is not something you can be by learning. Of course, there are some tips on how to lead, such as create threatening environment. You create something very threatening, so people become very cooperative. They do not feel comfortable, but they listen. This is the leadership style of military. As in the military, everything is controlled. It is threatening environment. For example, you need to sleep exactly the same time. You need to get out the same time. You need to eat the same time. So everything is controlled. That's why military is the most cooperative group, as they work as the group. Leading style as military is very easy, as everybody listen to you. Other strategy we can utilize to have a team spirit is creating the mature enemy. That's the leadership style of Hitler. What is the leadership style of Hitler? They influence people to think that Jewish is all bad. They are trying to steal everything from us. Let's kill all of them. Hitler create big enemy, and then the whole country become together as one. Everybody follow Hitler, and then the Germany became the strongest country in the world, as they have very strong team spirit. Germany was the biggest team spirit of the world. There was only the possibility because they had a common enemy. Set up a clear, mature goal. This is our goal. Let's go together. We can find common value. Once we share some common value, we will feel united. Normally, the politicians do. They share the value with the people and then seeking for their vote. And then what company usually do is to set up a mission and vision. Mission is the reason we are exist. Why we exist? For example, LS International Hotel mission is to deliver the best result to the owner, best performance of operation to the company. For vision is what kind of future we want to achieve. That is the vision. By creating mission and vision and share with all team members, we can create kind of bonding. Separate your role between manager and leader. If you want to be successful and if you want to be a good leader, you need to separate your role into the two different aspects. Quite often, we fail to become a good manager and a good leader because we mix. We need to try to balance to be a good leader and a good manager at the same time, and cannot be in the middle. If you are in the middle, for sure you will fail both. Let's see why you will fail both. Mission of manager and leader. Mission of manager and leader is totally different. This is why you cannot be in the middle. Management is all about delivering the desired result by maximizing organization's productivity and effectiveness. We talk about the system of management, right? So we need to increase productivity and effectiveness. How do we do that? We need to motivate the people. We need to check the roster. We need to renew the SOP, our standard operation and procedure. So whatever we talk, the purpose is to increase our productivity and effectiveness in order to deliver GOP. This is our job as a manager, which trying to get the best result. On the other hand, what is our mission as a leader? The manager exists for the organization, but the leader exists for its people. And the leader doesn't exist for the company. Leader doesn't exist for the group, but leader exists for the people inside the group, inside the company. We need to have two titles as a leader and as a manager. As a general manager, our mission is to deliver the best GOP result, but nothing to do with our job as a leader. Because as a leader, our job is to take a good care of each and every one of our team members. The problem is, when we talk about manager job, it's all about producing the best result in terms of productivity and effectiveness. But as a leader, if I want to create something valuable, which means trust, what should we do? I need to spend time with our valuable employee, such as we need to go and celebrate staff birthday together. We have to take photo together. We need to create a small moment of connection every day, but for the manager point of view, it is a waste of time because it is not helping to generate revenue and GOP. It has nothing to do with the productivity. It has nothing to do with the effectiveness. If I want to increase my GOP, I have to sit down in the office and have a meeting with my director of sales and marketing to come up with the sales strategy instead of chit-chatting and play some activity with the staff. That is totally different between manager and leader. That's why we cannot mix. What do you need to lead people? So now we do know that in order to lead people, we need trust. And how do you build trust? We need to have cumulative deposit, as we believe leadership and love are the same. We cannot build trust in 1 or 2 days, but it's all coming from cumulative deposit, which means we need to commit to do it every day, which we need to spend time and energy. We cannot carry out our role as manager and leader at the same time because it's totally different. It is opposite. We need to have two faces. So we need to decide how do we want to spend our day. We need to have a daily schedule, and the daily schedule is combination of our role as a general manager and our role as a leader. For example, we need to create some activity with the staff, and it is not the role of general manager. And as a GM role, we want our staff to work in order for us to have a better productivity and effectiveness. But in order for us to create trust between all of us, and we know that it is very valuable time to spend together, so we need to have two different phases. We do not make it. So in summary, if we want to become a successful manager or a good manager, we need to realize that management is something doesn't come from experience. People always think that I did a waiter for 15 years, I can be a strong restaurant manager. Absolutely no. Management is something you need to learn. Even though you have a 20-year experience as a great cook, you cannot be an executive chef if you don't know how to do menu engineering. You cannot do executive housekeeper if you cannot arrange shift roster for your housemate. So we need to learn how to control, how to coordinate, how to lead, and then once you can exercise your duty as a good manager, now you want to be a good leader. How do we do that? We separate our activity and role from manager. So 1 hour you act as a manager, next hour you act as a leader, and then you will value the time you spend as a leader, because at the end of the day, leader have a better chance to become good manager, because people will follow you. When you have a good strategy, if nobody listens to you, how can we implement it? That's all about manager and the leader. Thank you very much everyone for watching. See you on the next subject.